Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's all ogre but the crying. I'll take it. Get wrecked.
Mate, what's For Honor? Because nobody knows, because it's not one of the most popular games going on at the
It's
minute.
not even out yet, mate. And we don't know. I think it's a bit indie.
A bit indie, a little bit off the side. Ubisoft, mate.
I'm underselling it, of course.
You are
it
underselling
looks
it.
well good.
Yeah.
We watched the release trailer and I've not followed it. We didn't play the beta.
Skipped the beta
So
intentionally.
Intentionally, so that we want it on its release goodness. So I'm excited for this.
So you're taking this one because I'm busy writing stuff. But still, I'm going to jump in afterwards. I'm going to get some multiplayer on me. You being Samurai?
I'm being Samurai Weibo, mate.
Weibo, sorry.
Select character.
Big Dog, talk to me. For Honor, mate.
For Honor, mate.
What's the backdrop? What are we setting in?
This is a well good game.
Yes, indeed. It does
This is
look
going to
like
be
it.
the one to beat. Like, I know it's only February, but straight off the bat, this is straight to numero uno for me. But anyway.
Spoilers for the end of year video. What the fuck, bro?
It's a fuck it. I'm foreshadowing, mate. Yeah? Give me
Yeah.
a little, it's a teaser trailer, if you will.
All right.
Alright, so okay, the story about this game is, it's kind of like, imagine like Call of Duty in terms of, they've given you a campaign, but it's based for the multiplayer.
Yeah, it's to educate you. And it's
It is,
like a nice long
absolutely.
tutorial. But the campaign isn't shit. From
The
what I know.
campaign was so fucking cool. Like, a couple of people in the stream said, yeah, it was okay. It was really, really good to tell you why these three major factions were fighting each other. But anyway, long story short, there's a natural disaster to Earth, okay? And the three major factions, which are the Knights, the Vikings, and the Samurai, are basically fighting each other for the dwindling resources of the area.
Kind of standard storyline.
Yeah. So while that's happening, there is a warlord, a female mate, called
Lady.
Apollyon.
Oh, lady baby.
She's tough.
She's tough.
She's butch.
Is she Samus tough?
She's, ooh.
Oh, that's got something to go. That's got something to beat. Okay.
But yeah, she uses this opportunity to basically fuel a war between the three factions, because that's her idea of utopia, is a constant war.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's that's
Whatever's
basically
your
what it
poison.
is. Hey?
Whatever's your poison.
Whatever's your poison. So you go through the campaign of each factions and their role in this story.
But it's a good
basically.
tutorial for all the classes. It makes you play like all.
It
the
makes you
different
not all
classes
of
and-
not all of them for each faction, but it gives you a flavour for maybe like 2 or 3 characters of each, because each faction has got 4 characters right now. There's going to be more on later releases, and there's usually a same kind of tool set in each faction.
It's a basic
but-
gameplay style, and then it kind of branches into the unique stuff.
but it's presented differently in terms of how that character plays. If you make
Fair enough. So this game is all about the gameplay.
Absolutely.
this is a one-on-one
Absolutely.
war. Well, one-on-one, hopefully.
Yeah.
War that's going on. So what did you find in the gameplay?
I didn't know how it played. I didn't watch any trailers. I was hyped. Well, I saw the original release trailer and I was hyped for it. But so we played it. You do the tutorial. We did the campaign before we even started to touch the multiplayer, and it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people looked at it and thought chivalry.
Yeah.
And some other people thought maybe a bit of Souls style because of the directions of dodging and all that kind of stuff. But it's also basically like a fighting game. It's like Street Fighter.
It
and
is
all kinds of-
exactly kind of like
Yeah,
Street
it's a
Fighter.
combination of all those things put together, which
Yeah.
makes it. And the gameplay is super fucking smooth.
It's insane, but the maps themselves, the variation of the multiplayer gameplay is you can have a 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 4-on-4, and then you've got something called Dominion as well. But the gameplay itself is mint. Before we do, mate, I feel like we glossed over it. Is the campaign, right?
Yeah.
The voice acting is beautiful.
You're only
Right.
saying that because I know who's voice acted.
Well, I'm not just saying it because of him. Fuck you, right? But I think he's called Liam O'Brien, the guy who does the voice of Illidan. And I tweeted this when I fucking found it. I was sat there for ages, like, with cutscenes with a suspicious eye. And I was like, that's Illidan's voice. Irony, mate, plays a character called the Warden.
Okay.
Yeah? Bombshell.
I took an oath to fight for peace. So did you.
I think the point is the campaign is way better than it should have been for a game like this,
Oh,
which
absolutely.
is a multiplayer fighting game, is what it is.
I like the campaigns in games like Battlefield and Call of Duty, but they are kind of throwaway campaigns
Yeah.
just to give you that option, really, because or else they get shade tossed at it for not having a campaign. But the multiplayer, like we say, all those options, really, really cool. But also, pal, what I think I missed is you can actually co-op the campaign.
Oh, that's nice.
You can co-op the campaign.
Because it is a tutorial, realistically.
It is a tutorial, but also it gives you, if you're playing games with a friend, which obviously a lot of people do these days, the utility of things like fucking Discord, is you can play the campaign with them, so you don't have to wait for one another to finish it before then going into the multiplayer with them. So I like that.
Yeah,
I like
that's awesome.
Just a little bit of co-op campaign. I do like that in a lot of games. But yeah, the PvP, it's so varied. So varied. Like, you've got big hulking monsters that do a lot of fucking damage and are hard to stagger. You've got the quick, nimble assassin type characters, utility classes. All of them, like we said, have got these little niches that make them different. You've got people who can stack bleeds on you, like the Peacekeeper, who's like a little rogue. She can stack bleeds on you. You've got other people, I can't remember what she's fucking called, but she's got, this is going to trigger everyone now. She's got a spade, not a halberd, mate.
It's a halberd.
She can stack exhaustion so that you actually lose your stamina. And when you lose your stamina, you have to either run away real fast, or if you get hard hit or thrown in stamina, you go onto the ground. And if you go to the ground, you just
You're
die,
totally vulnerable
basically.
to that.
You're
I mean, that's
totally
what you're aiming to do,
vulnerable.
is you're trying to break the defenses, and you have this sort of back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I thought was really nice is the lock-on mechanic when you are one-on-one, but they have designed the game as well, so it's entirely possible to do multi. I mean, we've seen it many times. You've done 3-on-1s and won, which was impressive to see.
I did.
Because in the first couple of games, it was very much like any multiplayer where you're getting your ass
Getting
kicked.
the shit beat
And as
out
you
of
got
me.
better and better at it, it was like, okay, take me through like what you're doing in a one-on-one scenario with somebody. What are you looking to do to take advantage and win that battle?
That is the beauty, and they've done it so well in your preferred play style. Like we said, there's people that will smash you down. They will constantly combo attack you and then break your block to wear you down. There are people that are fast and they will dodge your attacks, and then they will stack the bleeds, they will stack their exhaustions, and then there are people that are counter punchers. Now, I chose the counter puncher purely because it was a weebo and I like the samurai, right? So I picked the Orochi, he's called, and he's basically what's the best way of saying this? He's like a Floyd Mayweather or a Conor McGregor of characters. They will wait for you.
Oh, that's controversial.
Oh yeah. They will wait for you to throw a punch, and they will put you in the fucking ground.
Yeah, so you're blocking, you're countering,
So
but
you
you can block the block and go backwards and forwards. Yeah, you can get into this big tussle backwards and forwards.
Absolutely. That's something that's like next level. Obviously, you can block, you can parry, you can deflect, and obviously with the Orochi, if you time your parry, which is obviously a lot more high risk than a standard block. If you time your parry, then you can go straight into their defense and then hit them with an attack as well, which is really, really
And it's all
nice.
skill based. It's all based on watching animations.
Absolutely.
Similar to how then you would play Souls and Chivalry games.
Yeah.
You're looking for the animations, you're making sure it comes in right,
And you're waiting
then
for your opening.
then you're trying to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
So you get into these, especially watching two better players go at it is really cool.
It's scary.
because they're just fucking the skill ceiling in this game is
Yeah.
outrageous.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, you never seem to get paired up with people that were too stupid. Unless
when
it was
we
on
were
the
doing
friends
it-
list.
Yeah, unless we did a couple of custom games, and there was a guy who's basically God, who was
For you now.
well,
Yeah.
that was it. Like, especially when, it's so funny though. I was playing a map called Dominion, which is basically capture the points. But there's always one point on each map where it's a constant war of your troops and your enemy troops, kind of like a MOBA's.
So it does include
minions.
NPCs minions.
Yeah. Now these minions are just one-hit kills, but obviously they fight over a point, and then you can help them push the point. And if you push the point, you get points for that point.
Yeah.
Points.
Yeah,
Points.
I get the point.
But so there was parts where I can't remember. It was called Sliv, I think it was called, and I knew he was on the opposing team, and I was just constantly looking out for him. And I was clearing this point of these little minions, looking on the map around me, making sure that no one around me. And then I saw the marker of an enemy mob amongst these minions that I was killing. Lo and behold, I cut a path in front of him, kind of like parting the Red Sea.
Yeah.
And he was stood there, and I ran like a bitch.
That also
I waited.
really epic
Yeah.
until you got to that bit.
I waited, like it came to the point where the troops stood aside. I'm stood there with my huge blade. He stood there with his halberd spear. And I just fucking fled.
Because he was going to kick
But there's
my
also
ass.
other good parts, like you get these little abilities, which as you level up a character individually, by the way, you obviously level your account itself, but you level the characters individually. You prestige at 20. you get little traits. Like, they could be passives, like increased regeneration, less damage taken, but then you can get awesome little things. Like, you can get, like, for example, for the Orochi, he can get a not shiv, sorry, what they call that? Kunai, throwing knife.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if you're me in that situation, I was on low health and I started to run, then I'd throw a kunai and it'd finish him off. Also, which was pretty funny because...
It was such an Indiana Jones moment. I know exactly what you're going to say right now.
We created the Indiana Jones moment. You can get a longbow, which is a one-shot. It's if you miss it, it leaves yourself very vulnerable.
Yeah, because the
But it
guy
does
was
shitload
a
of
big part of the
damage.
game is shifting your stance with your weapon. So where
Absolutely.
you're going to attack from. So you
Yeah.
can have it like in the middle, to the left, to the right of you, and that you decide. And then you can see their animations of doing
Yeah.
it. So your response to that is to also try and match that as the best way to defend it, and then take advantage
Mm-hmm.
of that. So you're all switching weapons, which I believe is the right thumbstick, because playing
It
this
is
with
the
a
right
pad, from what we
thumbstick,
can
yeah.
tell, is the best way to do this.
Yeah.
And this guy was in front of you, and he's fucking dancing. He's switching his fucking weapon. He's going left. He's going right. He's ducking down. He's getting ready to attack you. And you just went longbow, and just fucking shot him in the face.
right in the face.
It was beautiful.
Killed
It was
him.
like, fuck you, buddy.
Total Jones moment, but there's so many different things, and as you level up through each game, you have to unlock these per game.
Yeah.
You can unlock them obviously to set them what you're going to unlock in the game. There's 3 for each slot, and there's 4 slots. So there's, I think, work it out for
12.
me. Carry the 4. So there's 12 things for each character that you can unlock, and as you progress through the game, whether it being kills, taking points, passive points earned, you then obviously level up in that game itself to unlock your attributes that you've selected.
There's some really cool animations to unlock as well, if I remember right. You can
There
get some
are.
like kills and taunts and all that kind
Yeah,
of
well,
stuff.
the
Lots of, like,
customization, mate.
stuff.
Nice little segue, pal. The customization is not just for aesthetics, it is for stats as well. Now, you unlock these by various things. Obviously, there's the season pass, which gives you a couple of things. These are all the season pass is aesthetics. It's not a pay to win.
Yeah.
Let's just cement that now. It's not a pay to win. Anything that you'd pay real brass for at the minute, touch wood, is for aesthetics. But then you also unlock things like armor, weapon pieces, which are catered for your playstyle. The stats on each of them, it could be block, it could be speed, it could be stamina, regeneration, all these different variations of things that you choose to stack for your playstyle or your character that you're picking as well. And these are done by generating steel, which is the currency in game. You get steel per match, or you can get it through you get weekly quests as well.
Yeah.
Optional things that just run in the background. You do this, you get a dickload of XP or steel, and I could sit there for ages doing it. Every time you prestige, apparently, I've not done this though, yeah, every time you prestige, you unlock a different, like a leveled up skin style for your armors as well. So that,
Should hopefully identify the total badasses.
absolutely. I absolutely love this game.
So, saying that then, we've obviously covered nearly all the pros.
Yeah.
What's the cons to it?
Okay, the only 2 cons that I could find, mate, is one of them, well, there's 3, but one of them's a nitpicky thing. The first one is the Ubisoft servers are bullshit at the minute.
It's a bit of a bummer, isn't it?
Now, let me just add to that, though, is we never had a problem while we was playing in our custom games. I have noticed a bit of instability playing in random online games where, like, you know, reconnecting connection to server issues where
Just
it's
pulling
paused
you
for
out
a
of the
moment
game.
and stuff like that. The end of the match kind of map updates. There is a world map, and I think it's been in a few games before. Whatever faction that you pick dominates more of the map depending on your performance in it, blah, blah. Sometimes that doesn't update as well, which is a ball ache. But, I mean, that's... how's the best way to describe this? It didn't affect me that much. I just didn't like seeing the error message on my screen saying
But
the
it
servers
pulls
are
you
fucked
out of
at
it.
the
If
minute.
you're enjoying yourself a lot, you don't want something like that pulling you out.
But is the thing that annoys me more, I think, is Ubisoft are a big fucking company, man. In this day and age, what the fuck is going on for you to mess up a gaming server? It's not your first game.
It's not, well, no, I mean, they've done it recently with other things, so hopefully
Absolutely.
it's not the first game to suffer from that on the Ubisoft servers.
Yeah, and also the other thing is it's a game you're playing it online, and the probability you're going to be playing it with a lot of randoms is friendly fire staggers.
Yeah, this is one of those things that it makes sense in organised team-based play because
playing with
you should-
randoms,
yeah,
though.
but if you're playing with randoms, it can be a real pain. If
Yeah.
they're just like wild swinging,
Absolutely.
which a lot of people default to in these
Yeah.
kind of games, is just wild fucking swinging. You're just like, dude, you're just fucking my game up.
It's not just that; it's the fact that if I'm one-on-one, I can judge a person's play. If it's a matter of time before I take them out. And like I said before, I played the Orochi, the counter puncher is I can't just wade in.
Yeah.
A berserker can just wade in, and keep you constantly under pressure, and Orochi's got to wait for their opening. and I can see myself wearing someone down and getting so much satisfaction from it before some absolute dick nose runs in, staggers me as I'm about to hit him just so that he can get a hit or the kill on it. And sometimes that can fucking kill you as well.
Yeah.
If they hit you back while you're in mid-stagger, you can't move out of the way or defend from that. And it's so fucking annoying, but thankfully, like, you can get your own back.
Yeah.
Solace from that. It's not a victory,
It becomes
but
a little bit
it's,
tit for tat at
it's
that
a
point.
pain in the ass. It is tit for tat.
Well, I would say on that note is if you are playing it, we're going to add this game to our multiplayer
Yeah, so we
rotation
can actually get-
that we'll be playing on our multiplayer days. So check our Discord if you want to play with people you can kind of chat to.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, we'll stick a For Honor channel up there, so you can do that. So what's our conclusion, pal? What's your conclusion? Because you have a lot of time in this compared to me.
I did. I wanted to try every aspect of it. I didn't want to just dip my toe into each element of it. So I think by this point now I've racked up about 20 hours. But yeah, like I said at the start of it, mate, it's one of the games to beat this year.
Yeah.
So good. Like I waited for it. I watched the reveal trailer and I thought that could be pretty good, and then I left it. I didn't want to watch the game.
Well, we did. We ignored the beta as well. I want to play the final version.
Yeah.
We did that intentionally. It's like we are going to be playing the beta of Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yes.
Because that doesn't fall into this category
No,
for us,
different
which is
kettle of fish.
I want the finished version first to see what it's all about.
But yeah, there's so much variation. There'll always, I guarantee, be a character to suit the way that you want to play it on your play style. There's the customization of both aesthetics and stats. It's got a very active multiplayer. The multiplayer also I want to touch on is the fact that you can do these matches against bots because a lot of people aren't confident enough to do it. And it's a fucking marvelous game. Server issues aside, it's a marvelous game.
Super.
You little fucking weed bitch! Trying to get that snidey fucking hit in, were we? Hey? How do you feel now? Have you just been massively humiliated? Hey? I'm gonna punch the fuck out of your corpse. That walk-off, though. That walk-off.
Weeb Station.
Weeb Station.
You loved that then, did you? You
All
liked
about
it?
mate, that is going to be so hard. I know that we're only in February. Are we still in February? We're in February.
Yeah, we are, just.
But that's going to be so hard to beat for my choice of like a game of the year. Beautiful.
actually, you stopped me to come and record this because I'm playing it.
You're learning how to play it.
I'm learning to play it.
I'm
right
going
now,
to
so I can throw it
erupt
into
the
multiplayer.
balls off.
Yes, indeed. Well, we're going to throw this game into our multiplayer rotation that we can have on stream with everybody because it is two thumbs fresh. We just gave away like $200 worth of game to various people in the stream as well. So yes, definitely big pluses all around for Honor. Check it out and we'll stick it out. If you want to play with us, you can do. We'll make a Discord channel as well. So if you want to find some games with people in the community, you can do. It should be good. So if you like that video, please check our previous Mates What did we do last time?
Not even going to help you, mate. Not even
Was
going
it
to help you, mate.
Resident Evil 7?
It was WWE, sucker!
Oh yeah, it was WWE. Check that one out as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
We didn't do too bad. We didn't do too bad.